Did you know that the Black Business Association of Oregon is here to help Black-owned businesses thrive?
They are now offering grants, access to capital programs, and direct technical assistance for Portland-based businesses.
Applications are open from October 1st to October 31st, so don't wait.
To apply for the grants and learn more about their programming, visit bbaoregon.org. That's bbaoregon.org.
This opportunity was made possible by Prosper Portland.
Yeah, I'm ready. Wait, did MJ say we're calling this again? Oh, right. No, I got it. I know we're live. Welcome to Monday Night Raw. Live. In person, live Raw. Welcome back to News My Fiance. Raw, live, in person, live Raw with Morgan Jones and DJ Ambush. We're back reporting live from the 5-alarm fire that is downtown Portland. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate your support. Be a part of the text chat fam squad and join the conversation in chat.
Shout out to our normal studio sponsors, We Out Here Magazine and Spirited Justice, for providing a dope space for us normally every Monday. Shout out to our production team, Kyle of Residual Audio, Jess and Ross, and our remote quality controller, Michelle, for making sure that this show happens every Monday as well. And of course, shout out to y'all for watching, listening, and staying engaged with us.
Indeed. Now, before we get started, fiancés, make sure you subscribe, comment, and ring that mother effing bell so the algorithm notices us. Become a member over at patreon.com/newsmyfiance to support our ever-expanding show. We just want to be able to spend more time with you and still pay our bills. So let's get this quality time popping. I do want to address the room that we're in and the reasons for which we are in the room.
No elephants.
No elephants.
Okay.
We're reporting live, not from downtown Portland, but from our living room. Because I got that nasty... Are we actually in winter? Has winter started? I don't know where we are in the calendar.
I mean, not technically, but sure.
Got that nasty fourth quarter cold that's going around. I'm coming out of it.
Fourth quarter cold? Is that what you just said?
I didn't know. I didn't want to call it winter if it's inappropriate. If we didn't hit winter yet.
Fancy. Well, I liked it.
All right. Got that nasty fourth quarter cold. So we didn't want to, spread it to any of our team members, any of our, volunteer staff. We didn't want to do that. Just trying to be
to walk it like we talk it. Wait.
Yeah. That's part of it.
Sorry.
Walk it like you talk it.
Am I yelling?
I don't think so.
I'm sorry. We want to make sure that we're not perpetuating the violence that is going to work while sick and getting other people sick.
Correct.
Can I say something really fast?
Oh, yeah.
Alex is here. He's
Which
in
Alex?
The chat.
Already?
Alex is in the chat.
Nice.
Hi, Alex.
Nice. There's a lot of folk in the chat already. A lot of action in the chat. Got an active chat.
Real fast, I'd like to address another thing.
Okay.
Wait, you didn't finish. I'm sorry.
No, that was it.
Cold.
Fourth quarter cold. That was it. Like, this is why we are where we are. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I see how you're ending your things.
I did. So we are on YouTube tonight. We are also on Facebook on the District 9 profile page. We're also on Facebook on my personal profile. So, it's an expanded audience.
Okay, fam. There's ambush.
I just wanted to try some things out.
Okay,
because
this is an issue.
The what's name wasn't working.
Time out for a production meeting.
All right.
Not one word, friends, family, fiancés, not one word of, hey, gonna try something new tonight. Gonna do XYZ tonight. Nothing.
This is
until
true.
Here we are. Ambush.
I'm following in Kyle's footsteps.
What?
I don't know. I want the place to blame elsewhere.
That's not how Kyle does business. Not even a little bit.
Don't
this is how you.
Don't you, Kyle?
Are doing.
Fair enough. Theranos.
Well, I was going to address the reason that I have sunglasses on on the inside of our home.
I think that's relevant.
While doing this. You don't think it's relevant?
I think that's relevant.
Because you're adding to it, do you think?
No. No. Not at all. I don't think I have anything to do with it.
So earlier, I started getting some auras. Just would not go away. I started being a little weird. All the pressure behind my left eye. I go, a migraine's a coming. And I'm fine right now. So let's, not as if, I realize saying it that I'm fine right now after saying that I've been seeing auras and stuff like that. That's not fine. But like I'm not throwing up or something, you know?
It could be much worse.
It could be much worse. I'm not in major pain. So I was like, everything's going to be fine. And then Ambush put the lights on in here. And I was like, I'm dead. I'm dead. So, sorry. I wear my sunglasses inside.
At night.
So I can.
Yeah. Shout out to Rudo. Rudes is also in the chat.
Made it in the chat. Michelle!
This is far more successful than last Monday.
Well, we figured one thing out. The universe wants us to sit together all the time.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. If I'm not in another city, there's no reason to split it up, huh? All right.
I mean, you're going to have to take the questions to the universe. I don't have the answers for that. I was just saying.
Okay.
What likely. Anyway. We're doing great.
Yeah. Also, yes, Apocalypse, you are correct. Guys, Apocalypse has joined us. Because that's just where we are in the timeline. We're in the fourth quarter of it all. It is time for the apocalypse. Revelations, Apocalypse, Four Horsemen.
Wait, never of it all.
Blow the horns, all of it. Yeah, that's where we are. Absolutely.
Ah, boy.
Yeah.
So, Apocalypse, for anyone who doesn't know, is from the X-Men.
He's an X-Men villain, correct.
And...
Man, a terrible movie.
Give it... That's not where I thought you were going to go.
Oh, where are we going to go?
Just to explain who that character is.
Yeah.
But
absolutely amazing. It's one of the first mutant in existence. Just a villain's villain, if you will. Yeah. Shout out to a pre-shout out to the MCU, whatever they plan on doing with him. I know it's got to be better than what Fox did. Yeah.
Have we learned nothing? Maybe we just don't do the pre-shout outs.
The MCU, the MCU has not failed me. So I'm going to keep, I'm going to trust, what do they call it, the process?
Oh.
I'm going to trust the process.
I love that.
Yeah.
For you. That's great. Well, so today we will be going over a few things. Mm-hmm. And it's unfortunate because I don't want to have to talk about Andrew Schulz more, but Andrew Schulz, Charlamagne.
Put that T in there. So he's not confused with anyone else.
He doesn't have a T.
It's not Schulz?
I don't think so.
All right.
You know what? I've done no research on this.
Yeah, you're right. There's no T. Oh, God. With sunglasses on, your everything is different.
I like it.
Yeah.
Is this a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's got extra, it's extra energy on you with the sunglasses. It's like you can't see me and you can't see me.
Oh.
Happening. Yeah, it's like It
so many bars.
It augments it. Yeah.
Nope.
All right.
New character unlocked.
Yeah, pretty much. Same old character, updated. Upgraded.
Expansion pack.
Yeah.
Okay. Andrew Schulz, Charlamagne, Alex on the couch. I don't know that dude's name for real. The cosigns, the sidestepping, the
right.
Black culture propeller users,
Right.
Jay-Z being named and responding to allegations of I don't know.
What? Grape?
Yeah.
Grape allegations? Yeah.
Just really not sure how to handle this. I'm having a hard time censoring those words.
I know.
But I know that
it
has to be. So I just feel like I'm Anyway, allegations to raping a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
And there's a lot happening with tours and misunderstandings all over the place of why things cost what they cost and what does dynamic pricing even mean. Ticketmaster, Live Nation, brokers, resellers, there's been a lot of chat. So we're going to talk about those things as well.
Yeah.
And, a dear violence is not the answer, people. Wrong again. Wrong again.
Wow. All right. No, this sounds great. This sounds great. To be able to update. I'm sure everyone's updated. They might be. I don't know. It seems like things are coming in every hour on the assassin.
The adjuster.
The adjuster.
Yeah.
The adjuster is what they're calling him. Yes.
Free the homie.
Shout out to Tim Halber on Facebook checking in. A couple people checking in on Facebook. Sweet deals. All right. What you want to jump into first?
Well.
I'm sorry. I'm just now remembering what we have for our warm-up topics. You definitely said free the homie. Okay, so here's my thing, right? What's his name? Luigi? Mm-hmm. So there have been mixed reactions to his assassination. It wasn't an attempt, his successful assassination of the United Healthcare CEO.
Insurance CEO.
Yes.
Or of the insurance industry.
Apparently, he had healthcare issues with some of the stuff that they're pulling up. I believe it may have been a back injury. And honestly, when the assassination happened, my mind went to maybe someone older in his life, a parent, a grandparent, someone that, was somehow disenfranchised by the industry. This is what this person's responding to. Immediately, that's the first thing that came to my mind. I didn't think he's 26.
Yeah.
Him is 26.
26.
Combing, a couple of content creators have combed through his social media, and it's a mixed bag. There's times when he's retweeting Tucker Carlson, and there's times when he is, taking shots at capitalism. It's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag from the young homie. Where my confusion lies, they found him in Altoona, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, they did.
Altoona, Pennsylvania, I'm familiar with. My principal from my high school was from Altoona. I feel like that's where he lives. And he was at a McDonald's. They spotted him, a McDonald's worker spotted him.
Getting off the bus?
I don't know.
I thought he got off the bus. And,
is that what happened? Went to McDonald's and someone spotted him?
I thought so. I've been wrong before.
Anyways, he didn't do a good job scrubbing his social media at all. There's thirst trap photos of him on his on his Twitter banner. So
what's the problem with that?
My issue, again, if this is a thing that you had decided, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I got to take matters into my own hands. Why did you halfway take them into your own hands? Why did you leave them in the hands of someone who could find you? Why was he still in the U.S. is my question.
Okay. Get to the root.
Confused.
Because the rest of that, those are, I'm not going to pretend that I understand any of the thinking of getting to this point.
Okay, fair enough.
By that I mean I don't know what his planning process was, and I don't know what he wanted the end result for him to be. Meaning,
right,
get arrested, not be arrested.
Right.
But I know that there was some solid trolls in there that makes me think I'm not going to take everything for face value.
Okay.
So the social media presence that that person has, that is social media presence. That could be completely manufactured too. You know?
Okay. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
So put all of that aside, because I honestly feel like the thing that matters the most is this is not a questionable, like, what did this person do this thing for? Right?
Which they tried to throw in the question very early on. Like, we don't know the motives. What did he do this thing for?
Certainly. Yeah,
Right.
because they're not going to say, capitalism is catching up to us, guys.
This is what class solidarity looks like.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Like, this could start a big deal. They're not going to say that. They're certainly going to say, I can't imagine what the motive could have been. You know? Like, these are the same people that have a manifesto from someone in their hands and they've read it, and then they will say to you, we're unsure. There's just more. This is an investigation, friends. We're figuring things out just as you are. Like, nah, this is clear, but you don't, as a part of the ruling class, you're not going to then just give that out as is. Like, hey guys, they're killing us now. Like, that's not what's going to happen. We're going to have a whole lot of questions. We're going to have to, the fact that they didn't get him off rip, I mean,
says a lot. Do you think the that $10,000 reward helped?
No, I don't. I also feel like the dude in Altoona who turned him in would have done it no matter what. You know what I mean? Like, you're sitting in McDonald's.
It was a worker there.
He worked there?
The person, I thought it was a woman. But yeah,
okay, I'm reading all the wrong news, I think.
Our signals could be crossed. Yeah, they worked there and identified them. It was like they weren't
First
like
table flip
this,
of the night.
They weren't like
Excuse
it's
me?
him. They said there's someone here who looks like it could be him. And then the police was like, "Oh, he looked like he could." We're there. We have no leads.
Breaking news for me.
Anyone that looks like it could be him, we're there. Yeah. And that's despite all the people that were dressing up as him in New York and having contests and stuff.
God, that is just so fantastic, by the way.
And despite all the people buying the jackets.
So you mean to, man, that's so much.
Yeah.
A worker turned up. So then, maybe the 10.
That's what I'm saying. It might have.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It looked like we could have been on code for a second, you know?
Mm. Well, you were right. It was for a second. We were on code. Just for a second.
Just made it for a second.
Yeah.
Ashley's in the chat. What up, Ashley?
What up, Ash?
Hi, babe. So, what I wanted to say though is that the thing that we need to keep our eye on is the reason that this person was killed, not the rest of the things around it, right?
Of course.
And there are so many things that are happening right now that some of them must continue in order for the other things not to happen. You know, like,
explain.
Well, something like this scares the people who this would impact the most, right?
Yes.
And
they're making adjustments to the websites, removing executive body members, things of that. Yeah.
a CEO position we don't even have those anymore.
What's the CEO?
Just like, we're going to retitle everybody. We don't know any of that. However, they did replace homie
quick fast
within a week. Bang.
Quick fast.
Replaced. And that person has learned nothing either, because they were like, we're definitely going to just keep going. So,
right.
Cool. I think our questions have been asked and we must answer. But when something like this happens and it gives us the opportunity to look at each other in a different way, and by that I mean a lot of people are agreeing about something
right,
that would not maybe normally agree on something. And this something might be the biggest thing impacting our lives that we just can't shake ourselves loose enough from the idea that it's not that.
Right.
I feel like we have a moment. We have a moment where class solidarity has so much more hope. There's optimism to this. And I don't want to get too far ahead of myself in this, but who told you that violence wasn't the answer? Was it a person who was benefiting from violence? Was it a system that benefits from being violent? Because Anthem or Athena, whatever the other insurance company's name is that was about to stop paying for anesthesia at some arbitrary time within a surgery, they reversed that.
Yeah.
That looks like something worked.
Cause and effect.
That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Got to have solidarity with the people that are doing action.
On your behalf.
On your behalf.
Right. There were people that were saying, this particular CEO, it's not like this person, revoked someone's coverage or didn't, this is just someone doing their job. This is a father. This is, a husband. And to that, I would say they tried to use a similar argument when it came to Nazi soldiers. When they came up for trial, and it was like, hey, we were just following orders. We were just doing our job. In the course of doing your job, this is what was happening.
What was the job?
Yeah. What was the job?
What was the job?
But also, I would respond to that with, there are a lot of fathers and husbands in jail right now for things they didn't do. They're paying consequences for crimes they didn't commit or sentences that were unjustly given to them.
Or crimes that probably shouldn't carry felon sentences.
Right.
Because a lot of crime is just literally based on being black, brown, poor.
Right.
And it's top down.
Yeah.
Like, the CEO is where that buck stops, right? Like, that's at some point the power. You got to have a manager to talk to.
Right.
Right?
Right.
A CEO can change, and a board, I guess, shareholders. I don't know if they get much say.
Mm-hmm. The shareholders?
Right. I mean, they, I don't know how this thing is set up. Mm-hmm. What I mean is the position of the CEO is to implement whatever the initiative is. Mm-hmm. And that means everybody that works for that person knows that they are to implement that. Mm-hmm. And they have different roles that they play in implementing that. If that CEO was not okay with denying 32% of claims or something, no, that's not the stat. The stat is like they deny claims 32% more or something than other. Mm-hmm. No, sorry. 32% of claims, which is a ridiculous amount more than any other insurance company. Mm-hmm. And they're all doing dastardly things. Mm-hmm. So the worst of the worst. If that person isn't comfortable being the worst of the worst, they don't keep doing that job. You've signed up for this one.
Right. Right. It's literally that.
And so if it's more important to you to have that job, to get another yacht, to get another pool or a guest house or whatever the next thing is on your dream board, like if it's more important to you to be able to do that, then the people that die because of the profits that you are trying to make for shareholders and not provide health care.
Right.
Like, that's a choice.
Yeah. I mean, it's
you are the one deciding that's what we're doing here.
People ask the question all the time, like, how do you sleep at night? My man's like, pretty good. At which house are you asking about?
At which house,
on which
in
coast?
which bed?
Like, yeah.
Like, please. That is success.
Right.
That's literally, they're winning at capitalism, and they're doing a really good job at it. But they do not care about any of the people that die in the wake of that. So, you don't get sympathy. This is a choice. People are losing their lives for immutable things that they will never be able to choose.
Right.
To show. You know what I mean? This is a choice. And it gets you status. I'm sorry. It gets you status in so many of the rooms that you care about. And you don't have to go to the rooms where you don't have that status. And that's just how you live your life in a way where you don't even have to worry about the pores. You don't even think about them anymore.
Yeah. And we talked about this before. Like, it's not like the framework for the industry isn't already set up in a way where they're making incredible amounts of profit. Like, y'all, yeah, just the way it's set up, the structure of insurance, y'all are G'ing off. Y'all are doing really well. It's always the more. Like you're saying, like, part of the responsibility of that CEO is to, make sure this is profitable every single quarter. Those profits keep going up for shareholders. At some point, when do you hit the wall? So I sent you this video on Instagram. It's interesting how it relates now, but it was hilarious. And it was like CEO of Oreo is telling everybody, look, we made the perfect cookie 100 years ago. Like, we're good. We don't need any additional advertising. We don't need more flavors. Everyone go home. And then someone responds like, well, we have this thin cookie. It's like, why do we need the thin cookie? We have the Oreo soft cookie. Why do we need that? Well, we're doing the Oreo Coca-Cola. Why?
That's because Nabisco owns you.
Right, exactly.
That's why you have all of them.
Oreo is done. We've done it.
Right.
We're good.
Yeah. Costco.
Right.
Like,
someone responded in the comments and they were like, yeah, I work for this marketing and branding agency. And it was for, the client was like some pizza company that makes pizzas. And they're like, okay, so they make the, take home pizza, put it in the oven, frozen pizza. And they're like, yeah, so we want to introduce and find a different way to do this. And it was like, how many different ways can you sell frozen pizza before you have to move on to a different product if you want to make more money under this company? Like, you've hit it. You've hit the envelope of the frozen pizza. Like, you are selling insurance. The majority of the people that are paying into it are not going to get that money back in the services that you're compensating. They're not.
Not even close.
They're not. Why does this need to be an industry where you're increasing profits every single year, and the only way to do that is to pay out less?
Deny coverage.
Like, come on, man.
Make you spend more money, but then deny the coverage that you're paying for. And then, make it so hard for you to have to deal with any of that you just don't.
Right. Nah, that don't work.
The top reason people have to file bankruptcy in this country is medical debt.
Mm-hmm.
Medical debt.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't new information either. This is, like, nothing that we're going to say today is something that no one has said before.
Right.
But in, like, how we could ever be clinging to employer-based healthcare or private insurance, and I'm really trying to stop myself from saying healthcare when I mean insurance. Employer-based insurance or private insurance. Like, private insurance, why are we clinging to that? Why do we want that so bad?
Right.
Why do we have to be in a position of life or death to start to understand, oh, wait, maybe this isn't the best? Like, we shouldn't have to be at the end to know that the entire step of the way is wrong.
Right.
you shouldn't have to experience that someone has dementia and there's nowhere for them to go.
Right.
And that all the insurance companies are saying, no, thank you. We're not going to do it. We're not going to pay that out. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah. To your point, shout out to C's in the comments on Facebook. He said, not sure if violence changes corporate attitude because the machine is bigger than the person in charge. That's
Certainly.
why a new CEO was installed immediately. Corporation is only interested in churning profits.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It isn't, one thing is not going to change at all. But what I'm hoping that people see and understand from this is that one thing as a domino effect is a different story. And that one thing immediately made another company switch around. Now,
Instantly.
I want to be clear that it troubles me that not enough people are talking about like what kind of surveillance this will like turn into.
Yeah.
And
someone did bring that up.
How this ends up backfiring on all of us.
Yeah.
And we have seen it before. We will see it again, all of that. But in reality, if this can be the moment that it needs to be of actual class solidarity, and that means everybody that has the main goal of no longer being oppressed by these oligarchies, like, and everybody that is not a part of one should be a part of that fight. Like, this isn't, I'm not talking in the terms of classism, like, well, you have a mansion, so it should be fine. Like,
you'll be all right.
Like, nah, all of this, though, we have a moment. And if that moment was seized, it isn't just this one thing. And at some point, company culture has to shift if there is no way to keep it going. I'm doing my best to like edit myself in real time, and I'm not a rapper, so I don't know how to. Off topic.
Ole mentioned that point you just made about what's the ramifications of this? What's this mean? And she was like, "Do you think because New York police could not apprehend him in New York, this obviously means
they need more money.
They need more resources. They obviously need more resources, y'all. So something else I'm not looking forward to.
Which they absolutely don't, obviously, because look at how many resources they have right now. And they were like, which way did he go? Which way did he go? Like, I just don't even understand how they had the nerve to show us. We're not supposed to be doing all of this. This is supposed to be a part of a story or whatever. But like, I don't even understand how they have the nerve to show us these step-by-steps. Y'all are fumbling hard. Fumbling hard.
You mean like the city bike thing?
Fam! The step-by-step, y'all painted this picture of what did all of that surveillance mean? It meant absolutely nothing. You still had to get a tip from Altoona, Pennsylvania. Like, fuck out of here. What do you mean? The call didn't come from inside the city at all.
No.
Y'all don't need no more money, not even close. You need to actually demote. Like, you got to get some things taken away. You got to earn it back.
Yeah. Rudo said, I just wanted more footage of NYPD lumbering around Central Park like kids at a 5th grade jog walkathon, shaking bushes and looking under literal rocks.
Are you here? Can't see anything.
Found this book bag. It's got Monopoly money in it.
Yo.
So here's the other thing.
Shout out to the Monopoly money.
Here's the other thing. When they found Luigi, he still had the silencer on him. He had multiple IDs.
That's what the police said.
Yes, according to the police. Everything that they would need to tie him to it. He
was in one pocket.
Was found on his person.
It was all in his sock. Yeah, that's what the police said. The same police that said it was a city bike. Oh wait, no, it wasn't. I'm not dealing with it. I'm not dealing with it.
C said those jokers were just collecting overtime.
And that's all they do. When are they not? C's, when are they not? They probably out here doing the same thing. A shooter? Where? I don't know. I don't know nothing about it.
Oh man.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. This is it's I don't know, man. There was a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings. And again, it was interesting watching the online discourse about it. And some of the content creators were like, people just aren't taking this seriously. And I don't think that at all is how I would assess it. I think people took it very seriously. And they maybe agreed with the action and just couldn't find ways to just say that. It's tough, man. It really is tough to have power structures tell you how you should respond to oppression. What's the right way to revolt? Picket signs haven't been working. Writing your congressman hasn't been working. Because ultimately, I'm not going to blame, and I use this analogy a lot, I'm not going to blame a wolf for being a wolf. I'm not going to blame CEOs and these corporations for trying to make as much money as possible. The system is capitalism. Who we blame is our legislators. They're the ones that allow the deregulation. They're the ones that allow the oversight. They're the ones that allow these lobbyists to come in and write the laws for them. They're the ones that allow them to get away with this. They created the entire, ecosystem for corporations to be able to be considered human beings and have freedom of speech and use their money all over the place. So, yeah, there's only so much that I can expect. There's only so much remorse that I can expect the average citizen to have for within a situation like this. It completely escapes me to think that people would see this play out the way it did, especially having that other insurance company change their policy around anesthesia, which is a positive thing. There's no way people aren't going to see Luigi as anything less than a hero. And we have one thing with regards to how law enforcement will respond, but we're going to have another thing with regards to how the federal government will respond to that type of sentiment. Like, if there are people that are championing someone who performed a public execution, from a messaging standpoint, the government has to push back hard. We were already talking about some of the things that Trump's administration was talking about doing coming up next as far as limiting our free speech. If you are a nonprofit that supports Palestine, you could lose your nonprofit status. If you are on social media sharing dudes, if you think for a second they're not combing through who's liking his pics now, who's, you know what I'm saying? Like, people that are putting words of encouragement, people are literally like, I will put money on his books. Like, they're tracking all of this. And I'm not saying move in fear. I'm just saying, let's be aware of what's happening. Let's be aware of not just the current circumstances, but the environment. Let's be aware of the environment and how things are changing. We watched what I believe to be a really good woke horror last night.
Good night.
Is that a woke horror?
Good night.
That's what I put on Letterboxd.
What did I walk back into?
Afraid. Oh my God. Was this on Netflix?
Yes.
Netflix. So good. So good. Y'all need to check out Afraid. So good. But to the point of, you were talking about surveillance, social media, just the technology. overall, how they're able to monitor us and really control our activities and actions. That movie, incredible. But we do need to be aware. Like, as much fun as we have on social media, we need to understand.
The feds is watching.
Come on, man. Like, just for real. Feds watch.
I be reckless sometimes. I needed this reminder. Thank you.
You know, we all need the reminder from time to time. You know?
Man.
Yeah.
What other kind of reminders do you appreciate?
Well, I'll tell you a little this about that. Before we started this broadcast, I had some leftovers. Now, when it comes to the Thanksgiving holiday, we go, we have dinner with family. And the first time we did that, we came back home and there were no leftovers. So we now have a habit of we cook our Thanksgiving dinner here. Then we go have Thanksgiving dinner. And then we come back and we got our leftovers. We got our own things to work with. MJ went to town with the yams. To town.
Okay.
To town. Right? There's still a little bit left. I had a little bit right before we got on the broadcast. In order for her to be able to perform these feats, it's important that she has the ingredients in the house. If there's something in the house that I love, I'm going to go hard on it. Orange juice is one of those things. Should I be drinking as much orange juice as I do? Probably not. Diabetic, all that. Mom, pop, don't get me.
And we don't normally have it.
We don't normally have it. But, if it's orange juice, I'm going to go hard on it. One of the other things that goes pretty quickly in this house is honey. Because we try not to use sugar with our tea and anything we need to sweeten, we use honey. So here I am, I think, I was making grits. And I opened the cabinet and I see 2 jars of honey. One just a jar of honey. The other one says baking honey on it. Written with a marker, Sharpie. So my immediate reaction was like, baking honey? I've never heard of this type of honey. Is this a specific honey for baking? And, I didn't have all my faculties because, I think that was the day. Was that the day I was in bed? Like,
yeah.
It was the following morning, actually.
Yeah.
I was just like, I spent a whole day in bed on Saturday. I was just done. And I'm like, I want to hear about this baking honey. So then I turned to work and I was like, hey, I've never seen this baking honey. What's the deal? Does it do something different? Like, what's the And Morgan's like, I know. It's the honey I need for baking for you not to touch.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
It has a purpose.
It's for the baking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You know how my mom would address that?
What would she do?
When she brings it into the house, she would call everyone into the kitchen. You see this? Hands off. No one touch it. No one touch it.
Did that work?
I'm on the record. I'm old enough now. It works sometimes. It works sometimes,
I mean, I asked that because there's, I am a person who tries many things.
Right.
Oh, this way didn't work. This way didn't work. Okay, we'll try it this way now. So, if that sounded, like something I hadn't done before, that didn't work. So,
in all fairness,
can't wait.
Did it work when my mom did that? It was a great, stop gate. If we're not supposed to have it, we chose when to sneak it.
Uh-huh.
So it wasn't like she said, "Don't use them." I'm using it. No.
Yeah, but no. So
that
Oh, I think you misunderstand the question.
Okay.
What my measure of success is that it stopped people from putting their hands on the thing. She said, "Don't put your hands on it." And what I'm hearing is, no. is in fact the answer. It was not a successful strategy. It
was helpful. It was helpful.
Well, so I've taken to writing things like a roommate. Because I'm not like a person that normally like cooks or bakes all the time or anything like that.
Right.
But when there's something specific, I would assume that the ingredient is going to be there.
Right.
And then a lot of times it's not. And it doesn't make sense that it's not there. I don't understand. Why did anybody even think to look at that?
You know why it's not there? Because it existed in the house. Like, you know how, if it's not normally in the house, when it pops up, it's like, ooh, rice pudding. Gotta have it all.
No.
You can't relate? I'm sorry.
Not in this
I'm sorry.
time in my life.
In so many ways, I'm still a teenage boy.
I think it's because I'm the one that's putting it in there. That it's like, none of this is exciting.
Because you shopped for it?
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Not the point. The point is when I have something in mind and then life and you don't get it done in the 3 days, now you're going to like make that chicken pot pie whatever day. And then you don't have the things you need to do that, but that you had purchased. You knew that you had them or what. So one thing I learned in making my aunt's famous fruit salad for Thanksgiving
oh my God,
year
that fruit salad is so good.
Is how to actually stop your pears and apples from browning and keep them crisp. And I'll tell you this, I am up there, and I have never heard this ever before. My mom bakes all the apple pies. The amount of time I spent getting her lemon water going so that she could have those things still brown anyway. Honey. It's honey. It's science.
It's honey.
It's science. So I don't remember the science of it.
I'm about to ban C's from the chat. No. He says, just put rat poison or whatever you don't want Ambush to touch. Even if it's orange juice in the fridge. He's like, him and Rudo. Him and Rudo are going to get, C's. Come on, man. He also said we need to watch The Madness on Netflix.
Oh, we started
Touches a lot on, yeah. Touches a lot on what we're talking about.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Tight.
Yeah, I told him, I said, we started it yesterday. We're just about to, hop into that first episode.
Anyway, so if anybody cares about apples, pears, those kind of things, keeping them from browning and keeping them crisp, it's 2 tablespoons of honey.
Boom.
To 1 cup of water.
Does that also work for potatoes?
Maybe. Unsure. Right. I don't remember. So here's the issue. The thing that I saw was like, it's science. There's something in the apple, blah, 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 and then
thanks for the accurate data there. Blah 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 blah.
That's exactly how you pronounce it.
Okay.
And then whatever that is, there's the blah in honey that counteracts.
Okay. All right.
And it's honey, not lemon juice. Like those things don't really do what you want it to.
Blah 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 blah. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I see you got Doechii in here. What's going on with my favorite artists?
Okay. Shout out to Doechii. The takeover is bananas. I love it. I'm here for every single second of it. And I'm happy that I don't live on the side of the internet that is doing all of the FS, but
I'm curious. What is this FS?
So, well, did you see at least even that she has a tiny desk?
Yeah.
The aesthetic of the tiny desk, all of the girls.
They look like the same hairstyle. I love it.
All of them, outfit, everything impeccable.
Yes.
There was a performance that I haven't seen, but she was like the hair, she and the backup singer's hair was braided together.
Oh, snap. That's crazy.
Somehow this has been interpreted to be what's now called Harriet Tubman music. Are you really not?
Is this a soldier? She making
protest music.
Protest music. There it is. Karen K. Dot.
She trying to free the slaves.
Protest musicians. Damn, son.
Have you listened to a Doechii song?
Yeah.
What protest would you play it at? Any song. Any single
women's
one.
liberation. That's the only protest I'm saying. Is there a... What are we burning bras? Throw that Doechii on. No, but wait, what? But what are they attributing this to? Is she just so dark? Because she's black. She's obviously making blackety black music for the blackest of the blacks. Henceforth, this is protest rap.
Henceforth, TDE. Because Kendrick trying to free the slaves too.
What is SZA doing with her dark self? Is she also trying to free slaves? I don't understand. This is a bit much.
It's the most ridiculous bullshit, and it is wild to me.
This is crazy.
That this is where we are ending this year together. Like what? There's too much shit already happening. We don't need colorism to enter the chat and just like literally take us by the chokehold.
All right. So
this artist is on fire.
So tell me exactly. This is Black Twitter. You're not on Twitter anymore.
I'm not.
So where are you seeing this at? On the grams?
Threads, yeah, Instagram.
Oh, that's right. You joined Threads.
I did.
You joined Threads. I'm so reluctant. I was reluctant.
I was reluctant because of
that whole like you'd lose if you delete Threads, you lose your Facebook or your Instagram or some crap.
Your Instagram. Like I don't use my Facebook purposely.
Yeah, you don't. For sure. But
I have to keep it there if I want to have the rest of the things associated. So like
because she doesn't use her Facebook, that's where I can conduct the majority of my slander. And
God bless America. Seriously, is that what we're doing?
And it goes unnoticed until someone like tags her. It's like Morgan was right. No, this is not. I would have put this on Instagram if that was the reaction I was looking for, guys.
That's always going to be some of the reaction that you get.
Yes, and also put rat poison on food. So.
Well, there's solidarity in different forms all over the place. Okay? That's what I'm hearing.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
So there's I don't know, Ambush. I don't know the answer to your question because I don't know where this comes from outside of literally just colorism. Like there's no reason if you listen to her, there's no reason for you to this is a protest, Harriet Tubman. And the biggest question, just like when, I'm going to keep saying this, when Drake was like, Kendrick raps like he's trying to free the slaves. Well, show me the bad part of what that would be. Why would that be bad? Why would that be a thing to be made fun of? Why would that be a bad thing?
Also, in that line alone, Drake chose to other himself.
Fam!
He said, free the slaves as if he is himself not half black. The slaves, like it's a completely separate identity.
Well, it is for him.
You're trying to free them slaves and shit.
Which is, wow, son. Why would you even try to do that? That's crazy. That's all you talking about, freeing slaves?
So what you're saying is part of this contingent are Drake stans that are saying this is what TDE produces now. You see Doechii over here. She doing some more. She doing some more free slave music.
Right over here. Thinking big.
Please do not patronize me on camera.
No. That's no. I just meant the idea. That was to what people are doing.
That's crazy.
Right? I need us to just absolutely be serious for fucking once. Like, there are certain things that aren't a distraction. They're not even, like, don't allow it to be a manufactured distraction.
Right.
Like, and the only reason I'm speaking to it is what I'm seeing right now and experiencing in life is nothing but people missing the fucking point everywhere. So some of this stuff that I feel like we shouldn't even have to talk about, we're going to have to talk about. Because then something like the line of you trying to get the slaves free, or calling just a successful dark woman could only be doing protest music? That's what does that even...
Yo, that's legit like saying you over here trying to be a superhero. Look at you. You're over here trying to positively impact people's lives.
Imagine that being the fucking corny thing.
That's crazy.
Imagine that, like,
wild.
literally liberation is the weird thing to do. Like, really sit with it.
Sheesh.
Sit with it. Because someone's going to have to explain to me why we cannot let go of this hierarchy that is literally a fever fucking dream. Someone who can't let go of it.
Right.
Tell me. How does it serve you, sir? Madam, that'um.
That'um. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
That was dope. All right.
Anyway, let's break. Sorry.
It is time for the break. We're going to take our 10-minute break, y'all. Everybody, go get a drink, hit the bathroom, tip your bartenders. What happened? Who said some crap just now?
Michelle said, freeing the slaves has woke culture gone too far?
It has. It has, Shell. Absolutely.
Way too far.
But yeah.
Yeah, tip your bartenders.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to go on break real quick. Leave you with some choice tunes to listen to.
BRB.
Yeah, BRB. And we are back. Let me get my mics on. Now we are back because the mics are on.
You did it.
There's a lot going on. It's not like being in the X-ray studio where everything is right there in front of me.
And it's not like someone else is doing it.
Yeah. We really miss our team.
Yeah.
Really miss our team.
But here we go.
Yes. Cliff joined the chat. What up, Cliff?
What up, Cliff?
You know what I'm saying? Cliff.
Also, I'm very proud of what you're getting done, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Let's give flowers.
Thank you.
While we're here.
I accept flowers in the way of action figures. Yep.
I like it.
I just started Skeleton Crew. You should too.
I'd like a Neil.
I need Neil. Neil is adorable. I can't wait.
I guess we both need Neil.
I think there's a new episode coming up. It's Monday. It should be. I don't know. I'll find out. Anyways, and we're back.
Yes.
And we're back.
Hi.
Who's My Fiance? We talked a lot in the beginning. One of the topics was definitely Luigi, the assassin. Kyle shot us a screenshot of Elon Musk's tweet. Did you already see that?
Not from Kyle, no.
Okay, it was this is Elon, of course, on X. It's disgusting how everyone is turning this guy into some kind of folk hero. Insurance companies, like any company, have a duty to shareholders to maximize profits, no matter how ruthlessly. The radical left espousing otherwise needs to grow the hell up. This will be someone who is a part of the next administration. I don't know if anyone is aware of that.
This is Glee.
Cost cutting.
This is Glee. You know how many people really came at me for years about this man?
Yeah. You caught some DMs. You caught some DM strays.
The amount of people that would come at me about saying he was a ridiculous person who had nothing but oppression on his mind.
Yeah.
Exploitation on his mind. Man says it out loud and adds in the radical left. It needs to grow up because they don't want that.
Yeah. Grow up, radical left. But
Kyle said shadow president, and I'm about to throw everything out.
Nah, that's real talk. He's definitely shadow president. For sure.
Where is JD Vance? Is anybody going to tell us where in the world that dude is right now?
You want JD Vance around?
I don't want him around, but I want to know why he isn't. You're the vice president-elect. You're nowhere?
He's probably
having some vacay time with your family before you have to...
He's probably somewhere reading up on what his job is supposed to be.
Unfucking likely. Sorry. Unlikely.
Studying up. What does it mean for me to be the vice pres?
Do you really think that that's something that he would even begin to do? He already ran for it.
I mean, like, on his own time when no one else is around, when he's not pretending like he knows everything, he's like,
oh, I see.
What
Vice President for Dummies.
What are they? Right. What are they going to need me to do? Shout out to AJ in the chat.
AJ!
What are they going to need me to do once I'm in the White House?
I'm not even going to give that dude that much credit.
I know he's in the Oval Office. What office am I in?
What shape is my office?
What shape is the vice president's office? Like these are, the mind of JD fucking Vance.
A mess and a half.
Speaking of a mess and a half. Okay? What I did not have on my bingo card for 2024, and we can thank Cat Williams for all of this. What I did not have on my bingo card for 2024, fourth quarter, was Jay-Z getting pulled into the Diddy suits and being accused of grape.
You didn't see that coming?
I thought there would at least be more time on the clock, to be honest. I thought maybe further down in Diddy's trial, we would start hearing about some of the other people in his circle, in his orbit, that were also, participating in the sex trafficking. I did not see that, though. I did not see that this early. There was no moment of, not Jay-Z, not my guy. Again. This thing happened in 2000.
You need to grow up, okay? Not all men.
Word to Elon. Nah, but for real, like
20 years ago, you were saying. I'm sorry.
This is 20 years ago. 20 years ago, the year 2000, I was 6 years removed from high school. I was young and ridiculously dumb. Like, just as far as in comparison to who I am today. Yeah. As far as understanding patriarchy, sexism, all of the things that I'm just like, I look down on others upon. Ugh, how could you be this model of man today in 2024? That's exactly. Come on, man. Come on. We were cavemen. We were cavemen in the early 2000s. Easily.
Yeah.
So if someone were to say Jay-Z, Puff, Dame Dash, Russell Simmons, anyone was doing heinous shit back then, I'm not going to second guess it. Because I know what my mind, like I didn't have the best judgment then. And on top of that, I'm running behind these guys.
Right.
These are my idols.
Right.
Back then.
Right.
Like, come on, bro. Like, come on. So the allegation did not surprise me. What did in fact surprise me and gave me pause was his response to the allegation.
Was it because the first half sounds like a 78-year-old billionaire?
You won't get to one red penny.
Not one red penny of mine, sir, will you see? I won't dignify any of this with a true response.
That did not help. Jay's response did not help.
Okay.
I feel like I need to pull it up.
Yeah, I was going to say, okay. I feel like...
Go ahead. You say what you're going to say. I'm going to pull it up.
No, I was going to say, I feel like we should just read what the response is because I want to make sure that we are giving a synopsis of the total story. So you said you didn't see this coming. Almost immediately after, I don't know, the 14th lawsuit or something that came out that was naming other celebrities, that was kind of the thing. Like, so I wonder when Jay-Z is going to get named in any of these. I wonder when so-and-so will get named in any of these. Did I expect there to be a story? No, no. But am I shocked or surprised? Not at all. And I don't mean that like all billionaires do this.
Right.
Because they were not billionaires when they did these things.
No.
Or were accused of doing these things. They were not billionaires when in the time that this was alleged. I'm not surprised because we are so ingrained in grape culture, that so much of this is normal and was normal. And I think that part of what gets lost in not being able to do the things that are the normal steps to accountability. Doing a whole bunch of loose quotes. Like, in the moments where has not happened or there was no ability to do that, and then it's years later and something is alleged, we live in a culture where that time gap gets questioned more than what the allegation is.
What took them so long?
The motivation behind that time gap gets more scrutiny than what the allegation is. And we are just in a time where talking about why so many people who have been assaulted wait or don't or never report, like on a larger scale.
Right.
But know that this has never not been talked about because this has always been happening. It's always been happening. So this isn't brand new. People are just starting to get, like, the words are there. The vocabulary's been there. It has not been mainstreamed.
Right.
Because we live in grape culture. So what was happening after a VMA party that was just, you're here and you're here to be mine or whatever? Like, and this is not me diminishing in any way. This is not me saying that's not a big deal. None of that. What I'm saying is, this is so normal, because it's not was. This is so normal.
Right.
That anybody who is 25 years away from it in their life, with all of the things that happened within 20, 25 years.
Yeah.
You're so far away from that person that you were. You don't even remember being that person sometimes.
No, you remember half the things that happened in that person's life.
Right.
Like, what are you talking about?
And again, this is not admonishing in any way. What I'm saying is we have to start getting very serious about the way we look at these scenarios and how quickly we are to dismiss whatever the thing is, simply because the person who is being accused of something is someone that we have fond memories of, have brought things to our lives that we appreciated.
Man, top 5.
Like, we cannot talk about objectivity and then just our idea of objectivity be, where were her parents?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, those kind of questions are rape culture.
Yeah.
Grape culture.
Yeah.
That's what that is. So, sorry.
No. In response to, like, me saying I didn't see this coming, C said 50 Cent spared Jay when he was attacking Diddy. That's why we didn't see it coming. So part of, like, what you're saying, part of, can I say Jay's guilty of this? No, I cannot.
Right.
What I can say with a certain degree of confidence is when you're in proximity to people that are doing things like this, like, it's sounding like the freak offs was like Bill Cosby situation where it was like within the industry.
1,000%.
You know, this is a thing that everyone knows what the puff parties are. So if this isn't someone he has not, like, this man was shouting out Puff his entire career. They shout each other out. They like,
right.
Y'all are the homies. So for whatever you did or didn't do, what you were and were not
privy to,
what you were privy to, you're guilty of that. So, you know, his response, his statement is as follows. My lawyer received, mind you, this is on Rock Nation's Instagram. Another very weird look. My lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a quote-unquote lawyer named Tony Busby. What he calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir, it had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. This lawyer who I have done a bit of research on seems to have a pattern of these types of theatrics. I have no idea how you have come to be such a deplorable human, Mr. Busby, but I promise you, I've seen your kind many times over. I'm more than prepared to deal with your type. You claim to be a Marine. Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor dignity. My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims, and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their young age. It is unfair to have to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and human spirit. My heart and support goes out to true victims in the world who have had to watch how their life story is dressed in costume for profitability by this ambulance chaser in a cheap suit. You have made a terrible error in judgment, thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake physics, will believe the idiotic claims you've leveled against me, that if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. I look forward to showing you just how different I am.
How long do you think I should wait before I flip the table or I start cussing?
You can start cussing immediately. I think you should wait till after the broadcast, flip the table, and like after I've cleared everything from the table.
Okay,
it may be like flip a piece of paper that has the word table written on it.
Oh, you should have got me that.
You know that? You could just flip
until
that.
Until then.
You know?
Yeah, until then it's the real thing.
Boy.
That's a double down, like a reminiscent one. Kind of like when Diddy was like, unequivocally, I never, ever, ain't never done nothing to nobody, never. Oh, that video came out. Here's the thing. Jay-Z has had an incredibly successful career, and part of that, and part of becoming the billionaire, brain dead person that he is, has been shutting the fuck up for a long time.
Facts. Man has kept it quiet for a long time.
You have shut up at all of the right times, and you lost it.
Right.
You lost your ability to shut the fuck up at the worst time in your career. And I don't care about your career like that. You know what I mean? Like, I just mean, I'm not your agent. I just mean, what a stupid thing to do. what I'm most upset about is not that you want to defend yourself, because absolutely you should. You are playing a game that only a very small amount of people get to play. And that is...
That's the way to put it.
I'm just going to lie to you. I'm just going to flatly reverse this and make it as if I'm untouchable in this situation. Unfortunately, we are about to have a second term of a person who literally only does that to breathe.
Right.
It's real fucking recognizable at this point. And if people don't understand when you're all of a sudden met with a statement like, now me and my wife are going to have to sit down with our children, one of which is at the age. That child he's talking about is 12 years old. The allegation against him is of a 13-year-old.
Yikes. I thought that's where he was going to go.
You, sir, we know the situation between you and Foxy Brown.
Whew. I mean, Foxy denies it.
Ish.
Like, she was like, people keep saying this and that's not what happened. Da, 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 da. I'm just saying what she said. I'm not saying I'm not.
There was nothing happening right now in my brain except for me trying to remember. I thought I just saw like an actual thing of her being like, yes, that's exactly what happened. So that's what was happening in my brain. But I don't trust my memory in these moments, so take it off the table, I suppose.
I wouldn't.
Well, what I mean is I have my entire, I am that age bracket. You know what I mean? Like when I'm that age bracket. I remember Foxy coming out. I remember her being 3 years older than me.
Right.
And I remember what those rumors were then and up until, I don't know, maybe yesterday.
Right.
Same sort of thing, though, with him and Aaliyah, because apparently there's just that never happened either, but it was certainly a semi-known situation at the time. But, new history, new life, I don't know. Somebody, where's the real internet sleuth at to crack that case? Since apparently no one can. To me, it is a silly thing to do, to use who you are today and the stature you have today to try and manipulate the situation of yesteryear. You were not a parent back then.
No.
You were not thinking about being a parent. You were not, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you are expecting us to think of you in this moment of who you are and who you have become to, what's the word?
Absolve.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or to maybe not even absolve it, just to like not even, he would never.
All right.
That person would never.
Keeping it 100. In the year 2000, rape by sexual coercion was normal. It was, what's the word I'm looking for? Not that you would cheer it on. It was encouraged.
I mean, not just in the year 2000.
Yeah.
Either.
I just like, to be clear, to be crystal clear, we didn't have the phrase within our lexicon of sexual coercion.
No.
Back then. Also, it wasn't until Aziz Ansari that it became, for me, a real conversation amongst people in my age bracket around it being wrong. Like, I got to talk her out of her panties. Like, fam, that's sexual coercion. That is a form of rape. I'm
never going to forget you explaining that and me being like, what?
What do you mean?
No, that's just like normal.
Right.
That's just what it is, no?
Right.
Like, so normal.
Right. Very. Very.
I think that's something that younger people could appreciate or could learn to appreciate, that especially in social media's day and age of immediate what appears to be retribution of some sort, you know, like you immediately are like, and I found you at work and you're fired. Like,
Right.
like, there are a lot of things culturally that doesn't, and I'm not saying that everybody was on board. I'm saying culturally, so much is different.
Yeah.
Not enough is different, but so much is different. And that's just factual. So it's just that's true for every generation. And it should be true because what should be happening is we just continue to get better.
Right.
20 years ago, 24 years ago, I understand how hard it would be for somebody who has always lived in a world where you had information immediately to sort of be like, how do you not know this already? What's wrong with you? Why do you not know that you shouldn't have been using that word and you shouldn't have been doing this and you shouldn't have been doing that?
Right.
Like, I do understand. And also and culturally, so many of these things, even participating in it, you didn't realize what you were participating in because it was so normal.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And there weren't these outlets that are here today where you can hear somebody say something that that resonates with you. Like, the media was what you were given.
And,
you know what I mean? Like,
and even what you, like you said, what you were given. Name a place and time where you could, at a moment's notice, search a topic and find someone to give you a 2-minute lecture on it, like we can on Instagram right now. Like, you literally could
just... Is it different multiverse or...
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Earth 218?
Our access to the type of information that would have had us behaving differently. Like, where would we have had to go in that time period? A college campus to find the right class with the right instructor?
Fam.
That had the proper perspective?
Fam.
To even, like...
And the tenure?
Right.
To be able to even talk about it?
And not get in trouble?
Not get in trouble?
Like, no. Like, there's no way. So, again, like, specifically around that time period, NJ, so this was supposed to have happened after a VMA party.
Right.
A VMA after party, a Puffy spot, one of his spots or whatever. They said, the 13-year-old said that a friend of hers dropped her off at the VMAs and she was trying to gain entrance to get in to either the VMAs or an after party. She approached a couple of limo drivers. One of them was like, checking with me after the awards. Ooh. He dropped, according to her, he dropped off Puff and Jay, a couple other people, came back, picked her up, took her to the property, had her sign some paperwork. She believes it was an NDA. She did not get a copy of what she was asked to sign. And then she went in, and bunch of celebrities there. She was given a drink that made her feel woozy. She went into another room to lay down, and then that's when it happened. So,
but real quick, the that is alleged to happen is that Puff, Jay-Z,
and a third person
come in.
A woman who's a celebrity, apparently.
Thank you.
Because that's important. That's important.
Yikes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a witness. That's someone who can be pressed.
Or is a part of it. So the allegation is that Diddy assaults her, throws her up against the wall, some other stuff, and then Jay grapes her first, then then Diddy grapes her. She is able to fight off and run out at some point. Maybe it was the other way.
No, it was that order. It was that
Okay.
order. And then she makes it to a gas station and calls her dad.
Okay.
Yeah. So just setting the scene.
The reason the reason that I gave that part is there are a lot of people that do not, because of grape culture, do not understand what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And there has to be some sort of act of violence for it to be that for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we learned that in coercion. Well, that's just talking, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Physical violence and restraining and all of that may not have a weapon, but I think that we can say that that's violent, right? Like, so I don't want to skip over that because people skip over that. Okay, I'm gonna shut
up. So just like painting the scene, let's revisit the scene, right? It's year 2000, VMAs, Puff's house. Any old body is not there.
Right.
This is a Puff party in the year 2000. So you have celebrities, right, from within multiple cultures, sports, multiple genres of music, celebrities, entertainment, multiple intersections of people are at this party.
Yes.
This girl's 13. Whether she looked 13 or not, she's at this party. Do we think she's the only underage person at this party? I would probably say no to that.
Likely not.
You know what I'm saying? Likely not. But just the nature of what we know about Puff's parties today. This just sounds commonplace.
Right.
The people that are at this party that are on the invite lists for Puff's parties know what these parties are.
Even if this is the beginning of those parties, which I don't think it is.
Nah.
But even if it were.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That circle is small. The amount of people that are in celebrity circles is small, right?
Yep.
Like that word travels. It's not as if it were a secret to your point of
right.
Cosby being an open secret.
Right.
If anything, we should have, from all of the things that we are getting, all of the allegations, we should just be at least looking at the through line.
Right. So understanding the things that Cassie endured, understanding the abuse that has come to light from people who are in relationships with celebrities, other celebrities that are in relationships with celebrities. When you're talking about someone who had to beg their way into a party, this is just someone like me and you, a commoner. You're lesser than the help at that point.
Sure.
Like the level of disposability, like you're an object. You're literally an object. You're a party favor.
Period.
And that's how people were being treated then. That's how people are being treated now. You know what I'm saying? Like the sex trafficking case is, I mean, it's a track record. It's a clear indication of how Puff has been treating people and how the people in Puff's orbit have been treating people.
Right.
And that's right. And that's where I wanted to like end up with this. Like it's far less about, you can't believe all the things that are coming out about Puff and then immediately be like, but there's no way. There's no way the rest of these people were into it. It's like Epstein. Oh, he's got a private plane with, there's a flight record for everyone that's been to this island, but there's no way they were going to the island for that.
The plane's name is the Lolita Express.
Yeah.
But the truth of it is, once you find out who's on that list, you don't care anyway because that's a bestie in your head, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's, we just have to be for real for fucking once. Like, these are things, oh look, my dad's calling me. These are things that will only continue to happen, and on this big of a scale and this loud, the longer that we don't just don't pay attention to it and make these things change.
Yep.
This is all a part of control. This is all a part of oppression. Every single thing you are hearing about any one of these incredibly powerful people doing any assault, sexual assault, blowing up cars, any of it, it's power.
Mm-hmm.
It's power. And you can only amass that much power in certain ways. And we cannot continue to give the reward of power, insane wealth, and credibility and respect to the people who, in order to get it, have to actually have no problem with people dying in their wake.
Right.
And it doesn't matter if that death is a quick one or a slow one.
As long as it's not them.
As long as it's not them.
C said, rich and famous people will always have folks to come to their defense and defend their BS. Where are the folks that come to the defense of the poor folks? The commoners. You know what I'm saying?
This is the community that we are trying to build.
Where they at?
Listen, there are so many more of us than them, right? And if we were in solidarity and in these issues, you don't get to just get away with it because you're a rich, powerful person. You don't just get away with it because you are going to be the president.
Right.
You don't get to just get away with it because you have black friends. And that's part of understanding the root cause of all of the things.
That was a segue. That was hard.
Thank you.
That was live. Okay. That's what the sunglasses do?
Maybe.
You segue queen?
I don't know.
Kyle, shout out your blazer polo.
You know, vintage looks out here. No big deal. Just wearing my dad's shirt. From 1994, probably.
I was like, she's stunning on me hard with that shirt. Kyle immediately Google searches stunted on.
Kyle, you know what that means.
But yeah.
Yeah, so Andrew Schulz, we talked about him on Thursday. We will probably talk about this more even. Or was it? Yeah,
it was Thursday.
And I don't want to have to, but until we have a better understanding of what to keep our eye on, we're going to have to keep saying this stuff. And I want to say this, that I do understand that the messenger matters. So there are going to be messages that we miss because we don't care for the messenger, or we don't care for their delivery, or the timing may be off.
Okay.
I say that because Leonard is out here.
For those who don't know who Leonard is.
Charlamagne the GOAT. And by GOAT, I do mean like a goat.
Right.
Charlamagne, who is the reason that we, and I think a lot of black people, and why we even have any sort of name recognition when it comes to Andrew Schulz. Their podcast, their friendship, whatever. I don't know. Charlamagne has had many a bad take. He's not, on the right side of much. But
bad take champ.
There was a moment when Monique sunned the fuck out of him, and people didn't take it for what it was because Monique was defending herself in something that too many people didn't believe that she should be defending herself on.
Mm-hmm.
But she explained it to him simple and plain. You are the kind of man that you are going to continuously hear me speak about you because I have to always explain black men like you.
I forgot she said that.
And that is the realest shit ever. When it comes to Charlamagne and his ilk, you want so badly to be recognized for whatever it is that's on your vision board. I don't claim to know what Charlamagne the God wants himself to be perceived as.
A leader. A savior. A revolutionary. Also a comedian.
I don't know why you're saying any of these words.
I'm telling you, this is on his vision board. Oh, God.
Oh, I happened to look.
Kyle.
All right.
Oh,
Never
God.
mind. I don't even want to do the show anymore.
Jesus. Oh.
Kyle just informed us that one Charlamagne was on TYT today, which...
Of course TYT.
I mean, fucking tight. Kyle, do you know whose show he was on TYT? I'm just curious, just wondering which show he might have been on that network. Charlamagne is the only reason that a lot of us know who Andrew Schulz is, and he is the kind of apparently black human shield that is going to cover for any of his best white friends' antics.
You mean like Chris Rock? Is that?
I don't know why I didn't start there.
You mean like Chris Rock?
That's a puzzle piece. Thank you.
Yeah,
It's exactly that. Again, nothing that we're going to talk about we haven't seen before.
Right. He said it was on the main show with Anna and Cenk. I said, nope. I almost assumed that. For real.
The reason I asked is I didn't want to make.
Yeah.
I didn't want to make the leap.
Yeah.
God, he is so out of his depth. That's a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
We have started it. We have had it. We will continue to do that one too. The fact that the Breakfast Club is in somehow any way political is absolutely beyond me. It is beyond me. I don't know which Republican-backed PAC is making sure that that's happening to spread disinformation to the community.
Nah, but for real.
But for real.
Nah, for real.
Fuck me. Wow. Cool. Neat. All right. Well, so Charlamagne is a problem.
Yeah.
Along with Charlamagne being a problem, Alex on the couch is a problem. I don't know his real name.
Yeah.
It's Alex something.
Alex, the black man on the couch.
The black man that sits on the couch.
Flagrant.
Akash is a problem. The reason why those people, and I'll take Akash out of it for right now, because very specifically, Kendrick was not speaking to Andrew. He was not speaking to he wasn't speaking to Gary Owen. Dumbass had to say something too. He wasn't speaking to any white comedian. Period. He was speaking to the black people. Period. We do not let that happen, is what he was saying. That's the law.
And it's interesting how Alex had no response. He's letting Andrew do all the talking.
Whole lot of zero.
And
just
before Andrew responded, I said on Twitter, I was like, why are we acting like this smoke isn't for Charlamagne? Like, listen to what Kendrick said. This is your boy. These are about the black people in his circle.
I mean, so yes, and that is to shits and gigs to me as well.
Absolutely.
It is to any black person in the vicinity. So this is just an example.
Right.
And you misunderstanding what that is doesn't shock me because it's not for you. But we already did the purposely missing the point. We already talked about how you going line by line for and misunderstanding it altogether, going completely at hip hop as a culture and musical genre rather than the person who said something to you. Also,
you using it as promo because you were taping your special and all of that. Like all press is good press for someone like Andrew Schulz. This is a blessing on him that Kendrick even.
No, it definitely is.
Yeah,
it definitely is. And he's quadrupling down. Is that like?
Oh yeah.
DL was like, you wildin' basically like.
He responded to DL?
He sure did.
Ooh. Lord of mercy.
He said something to the effect of like, respectfully, you're an OG in the game and all that, but like, grow up. He's crying about something. He's a hypocrite. Thank you. Sorry. Let me bring that back.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew was saying that he is getting death threats and that his family is getting death threats and that is just beyond the pale. He then, so DL says, this is white privilege. Like, you're doing all of the things.
You both a victim and a villain.
You a victim and a villain. Not at all. And he says, he responds with respectfully, blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, death threats to, I don't know if it says comedians or whatever, like, happen. It's normal. So if it's normal, what we doing even talking about it? If it's normal, then this should just not be on the dock, right? Like, that shouldn't be there.
Right.
So he says it's normal, and then he says his fans are butthurt because he's not the woke hero or something like that he says he is. He's a bite-sized hypocrite.
Oh.
Still missing it all together. And the way that you miss it all together is either by choosing.
Okay, there we go.
Or being so entrenched in your whiteness and your centered view that it could only be the thing that you think it is. It could only be that.
Yeah, and I want to lean into because you gave us an either or, but I feel like I feel like it's still the same thing in the way that his whiteness, not him being white.
Right. To be clear.
Yeah. His whiteness provided him with the choice that he is making. Yeah. Like, I want people to stop being like, he's missing it or he don't get, no. This isn't about what Kendrick is saying going over his head.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. No, not at all. Not at all. He's not. He understands exactly what is being said to him. He injected himself into this conversation to profit. Ooh. Period. Ooh. Jumped right in front of it. Hit dog hollering. No one mentioned your name.
The loudest
and he was like,
dog.
Y'all talking about me? Listen, y'all talking about me? Matter of fact, this is what I would do. Sir, we're talking to your clown black friends. That's who Kendrick was talking to. Clown black friends. Now you can take the L out, put another O in, take out the W. She won't let me use the word. Yikes on bikes.
To that point. It just said TYT and Charlamagne the God is a combo we don't need. Yikes on bikes.
Facts.
You damn right.
Facts.
I mean, but that might be the new Democratic Party. Okay?
Yeah.
Maybe we put that button. There's so much more to talk about. This is unfortunate. This show is too short. Because we didn't get to Live Nation. We didn't get to finish this conversation. And there's a lot here. There's a lot in this Andrew Schulz situation.
Yeah.
Because what we really need folks to understand is they're self-reporting loudly. I don't actually need Charlamagne to say anything because you lost me a long time ago. You lost it. There's no coming back, I think, for Charlamagne. And I do believe in redemption and I do believe in people changing. I don't know that I have it in me to give a person that bad more goes.
The proof in that is that the way he's acting now did not surprise you or me.
Right.
We predicted this. He's conducting himself as Charlamagne would.
I didn't see nothing. I don't really know what you're talking about.
Right.
Yada yada yada. The issue.
Come on, B.
The issue with an Andrew Schulz being able to wrap himself in this and then have these black people come on and vouch for him is the misunderstanding of what any of this actually is.
Right.
And I don't necessarily mean that Andrew misunderstands. I'm saying it adds to the confusion of what racism is. It adds to the confusion of what is misogyny. What is the issue? Why can't comedians just say things? It adds nothing but muck to some shit that is already murky. Like, we don't. And to wrap yourself in black people while you're doing it is big disgusting.
Right.
Big disgusting.
I like how you said that. Wrap yourself.
Big disgusting.
Clothe yourself.
Literally draping in black people, telling you it's fine that you did that shit. The joke wasn't funny. Everybody gets these jokes. They're not. Make them funny. Be a comedian. But just saying that, like, black women are abusive is fucking wild. And I want y'all to start believing these people when they tell you who they are. Charlamagne, if you never understood that that's who the fuck Andrew is and what Andrew thinks of black people and black men specifically and black women in relationships, if you didn't ever know that before, you know it now. So now what?
Especially because Charlamagne has made a point to kind of make himself the champion of black women.
Today.
Yeah, today. Here's the thing, my friends. I want to make sure everyone takes this home with them. If someone traffics in racism, they are a racist. That's it. That's it. That's it. There's no, he did a racist thing, or this statement was racist, or this can be taken as racist, but he or she is no. This is the whole, well, I said the N-word in college and now they're holding it against me and I can't get, you're a racist. You're a racist. You're trafficking in racist behavior. You are a racist. Charlamagne, your boy is a racist. You're cool with kicking it with racists. Alex, you work for a racist. That's it. Like, that's really it. There's no other way to chop this up and try to make it seem like, and try to keep changing the conversation. Van Lathan, you're dodging.
He said to the left.
The conversation you're supposed to be having about your boy Alex being on the couch working for a racist. What you did on your podcast was despicable. Oof. That was you dancing around the topic. That was trash, my guy. That was, and it's honestly, it's definitely the last time I'm going to watch you dance around the topic.
Yikes.
No, I'm just one person, but I'm not checking for your shit no more. Your platform is too large for you to be bullshitting like this. And then after the fact, you have these come to Jesus moments. And I know it's not just me, because it's all in the comments on YouTube.
Whoop.
Everybody's coming at your head for this dumb shit. If Alex is your man and you don't feel comfortable speaking on it, then don't. But to try to derail the conversation and take us somewhere else completely, for the benefit of who? This racist Andrew Schulz, ultimately. Yeah, I'm not kicking it with y'all carrying your water for racists. I'm not. I'm so cool on that shit. I'm so cool. Nah, I'm good.
This is a broader conversation, and we've run out of time. And we'll have to continue this at another moment.
Shit,
yeah,
B.
Next Kraken.
Sorry. I didn't mean get all animated.
No, I appreciate it.
Animated, if you will.
More bars. That's another News with My Fiance. Monday night, Raw, live, in person. Live Raw, in the books.
Yes.
Thank you for spending this quality time with us. Shout out to everybody. There was so much in the chat.
Yes. Shout out to everybody in all the different chats, for real. Shout out to everyone that checked us out on YouTube. Definitely everyone on Facebook. Very happy we got some responses and reactions over there.
I'm just going to again say that I am wearing sunglasses because I have a migraine starting. I do not normally wear sunglasses on the inside of my home.
That's not true.
But I think I'm going to start doing this all the time now. Migraine or not.
This episode was made possible by our remote studio crew, Ecology, Residual Audio, Jess M, and remote quality control, Michelle and Ross. Thank you guys so much. We normally would be shouting out our studio sponsors, but I'm going to shout them out, even though we're not in studio. Shout out to We Out Here Magazine. Because they always got us. Shout out to We Out Here Magazine, Spirit of Justice, and also Alex. I can hear right now. Morg.
And Ash, my baby, the AJ, y'all hit the chat. Man.
Listen, yes, the homie showed up. The
homies came through.
So big thanks to you all for watching and listening. Our subscriber number is at 99. We are one subscriber away from our 2024 goal. One subscriber away.
You can start a different Google account. Just use your other Google account that's already there. just give us that.
That's it.
I'm completely fine with the numbers being skewed.
Yeah. Juke
our stats. Let go. Michelle just yelled at me to get the ice cap. I do need it.
Okay. Is this you put it on your head?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. I've shown it to you, but there's ones that can be hot or cold, and it's a needed situation.
Okay. All right, and then is it supposed to be like mercury or something you're supposed to be getting into?
Magnesium
AJ,
bath.
Magnesium.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Mercury. I want you to take that. Know where this person who loves me wants me to do.
Yeah. So. Stay engaged with us all week. Follow us on IG at News of My Fiance. Follow myself at Scambeezy and Morgan Jones at Portland Morgan. Become a member and sock it to our pockets on Patreon.com/News of My Fiance. Extra special shout out to everyone that's already joined us on Patreon. We got some new content popping up this week, some behind the scenes stuff, some bloopers from last week. It's going to be hilarious. But you know the deal. Don't let the individuals distract you from the systems. Poverty is a policy choice. People over profits. Power to the people. None of us are free until we are all free. And we will catch you Thursday morning.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. And you can catch this show streaming live on YouTube every Monday night from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And our podcast episodes are available everywhere you listen to podcasts except Spotify.